Hi guys, welcome to another web development video. And right now you might hear some background noises at the moment, but we're gonna be creating this content anyway. So this is the project that we're gonna be creating. We have some navigation menus here where when a user hovers their mouse pointer, this one changes its color, as well as the site name right over here. And we're going to be learning how to embed a video in our project, and we have some dummy text right here and a button. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm using Vscode as my code editor. You can use any editor that you want. It can be Brackets, Sublime, or Atom. I'm going to put all the links in the description down below if you want a reference for that, for those things. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to click File, Open Folder, and I'm going to create a folder here called Matrix Site, because it has a matrix effect. All right, I'm clicking Select Folder. So again, if we will check the project that we're going to be creating, there's also a background image here. Yeah, it's basically just an image. All right, with a matrix effect. I got this from Pixabay. All right, I'm going to put the author, or the I mean that one doesn't really need an attribution, but I really appreciate the free stuff on the internet, so I'm going to give credit to the author of that image right there. All right, I love matrix effect, even the movie. All right, so anyway, let's go back to our code here. So we already have created our folder. We can now go ahead and create our first file, index.html. Right, so this is not, you should have at least a basic knowledge about HTML in order for you to benefit from this tutorial. So I actually have a course in Udemy called Complete Guide in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript that will teach you everything, even if you don't have a background yet in programming. The details there are explained, and the link of that course is down in the description below or in the comments. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our HTML file. We're going to name our site, maybe we will matrix themed site. Okay, that's going to be the title. And for our first HTML element, it's going to be a nav. Okay, and we're going to put here a class that says nav as well, so we can target that in CSS using this. I mean, we can use this, but we're gonna be using the class anyway. So we also need a wrap over here, and we're gonna be needing, I mean, a div with a class of wrap. Okay, to wrap around these elements right here. This is going to be the we will be naming it as logo. We might use an image for the site name, but for now we will just type we will just copy this, maybe just matrix. All right, and put a hashtag there, or a pound sign. And yeah, that's it for the, if you are going to right click this and open with live server, or if you will preview that in your browser, you will get this. Okay, this is it, this one right here. So I'm going to put this at the side. And also, if you don't have live server, you can actually just drag this to your browser and you will get the same preview. Okay, but you will have to refresh your page every time you make changes in your code. All right, so let me just continue our project here. After this H1, we're going to be needing a UL HTML, and this will have a class of menu, because this is going to contain our navigation menu. It contains an anchor tags under or between the list element. So this is going to be the blog, and I can just go ahead and copy this like 3 more times, and I'll just rename each item. This one is going to be, let's say, testimonials, and this one is going to be products, right? And this one is going to be about us. All right, cool. So that's what we have right now. And the next thing that we need is going to be the greeting, right? So we're gonna need a div. I'll just put a class here. Let's just put here welcome. All right, because this will contain our YouTube video, right? So the first element, the first div element will contain a class. Let's name it embed video, because we're going to paste the link of that video right over here. And the next thing that we need is another div with the class of wrap, and this will hold our greeting for the site that says welcome to my website. And we're going to be needing a paragraph. Inside the paragraph element, I'm going to say lorem times 15, so it will give us a dummy text with 15 words in it. And we also need a button right here, and we'll just type learn more. All right, so as far as HTML is concerned, I think this is really just what we need. So we're going to style it now. All right, that's the last part of the video, but this is actually what will consume most of this video. We're going to need a lot of code in CSS compared to HTML. All right, so I'm going to name this file style.css, and we're going to link that file right over here in our HTML. I'm going to say style.css in this hypertext reference attribute. All right, so I think that's good. Let's see if it's working. I'm going to target everything, and I'm going to set the background color of red just to see if it's working, and it looks like it did. So I'm going to delete that, and we're going to set our CSS properties. The first one is going to be box sizing, so that we will have more control over the width and height of our HTML element. I'm going to set the margin to 0. I'm going to set the padding to 0 as well, so we can start from scratch. All right, so later we will set the color of the fonts. For now, we're going to target the body. We're going to set the font family to Arial right over here, and we're going to be needing the color of the fonts to #222 hex value. All right, so I'm going to set the padding button for now for our project to 50 pixels. We will see that later. All right, so now let's go ahead and target the wrap. We have a wrap class right over here in our HTML project, and that's the element that we're going to style. We're going to set the position to fixed. Hold on, not wrap, but the nav. I mean the nav. Where is it? This one right here. Okay, so this is going to be a nav because we want it to be fixed at the top. That's why we're setting its position to fixed. And background color is going to be these values: 29, 29, and 28. Okay, so that's a hex value. I'm going to set the top to 0, right to 0, and left to 0 as well. And yeah, I think that's what we need. And looks like we're gonna need to change the color. So all right, so for the menu, I think we're going to change the color for now. Menu right over here. Okay, for the UL, let's set the style on that. So menu, right, for the menus, we're going to set it to, we're going to be using let's target first the anchor tags inside menu. All right, so the anchor tags, we will set the margin left to 20 pixels, so we'll have a margin. And we need to set the color of the fonts to white, like so, and text decoration to none, so that we will not have an underline. Okay, and the padding, let's set the padding for top and bottom is going to be 10 pixels. For left and right is going to be 15 pixels. All right, and let's just style first the menu. The menu is the UL tag that which is the parent of all these elements right over here. Okay, so we're going to set the display to flex. so that we will have those elements inline. Okay, because if you set it to display flex, the default of arrangement is going to be inline. All right, so list style type is, we'll set this to none, and align items, we're going to set them to center, and justify content is going to be center. All right, so if we will maximize that, this is what we get for now. All right, so let me just put that back at the side, and let's continue working. All right, so for now we're gonna be let's see, for the wrap, I think we read the wrap here, this one right here. Let's style that around here maybe, or here. All right, so that's wrap, and let's just set the maximum width of around 1000 pixels. All right, and the margin is going to be 0 for top and bottom, and auto for left and right. Okay, so don't worry, after this project I'm going to upload the source code. I'm going to put the link down in the description below. Right, so we're going to target now the element under wrap, which is going to be this one right here. Okay, because we have a wrap here and there's an a tag, so we're going to style that. We're gonna say margin left, it's going to be around 20 pixels, and the color is going to be white, and text decor, basically we can just copy this, right, and copy that. All right, so now we have a white text for that one. Okay, so I'm just zooming it out so I can see better for this project. So the next one is let's see what we need. So we're now let's see what we have in our HTML. I might overlook something. All right, so I think that let's style first our elements here. This one right here, the navigation. When we hover on it, it should change the color, right? So let's go back to our style.css and say that menu, and then a hover. When you hover your mouse on it, we're gonna set the color to this value 059C38. Okay, you can just copy that, or you can use any color you want. So when we hover on it, it changes the color, as you can see right there. All right, so we also need to change the color of the site name when we hover on it. So we're gonna say wrap, and then a, and then hover, because it is an anchor tag. We can just go ahead and copy this and paste it right over here. So when we hover on it, it changes its color. So if you want like have a smooth transition when it changes its color, you can actually put a transition property here. You can say all that can be transitioned in 3 seconds with ease. And if you can copy this and paste it right over here, now if you hover on it, you know, it changes the color smoothly from white to green. All right, so I think we're done with those navigation. Let's go ahead and style the wrap. Okay, for the nav and then the wrap, we're going to set the display to flex, because we wanted to arrange this just like so, and we want this navigation menu to be right over here at the right, and this one at the left. Like there's a space between them, and that is going to be the CSS property that we're going to be using, right? So it's going to be justify content space between, and there you have it. So there's a space in between, and it looks like we need let's just set the width for our, where is it, maybe let's set this to around 1200. I want it to be wider. Okay, now it's wider. So let me just put this at the side and continue coding in CSS. So the next thing that we need is going to be the welcome. All right, because the welcome div right now, you know, it's like all over at the top. We wanted to put it at the center, right? So we're going to say First, I think we're gonna need our background. Let's see if I have a background image here. The matrix, I think I put it here. Let me just open this file. I think this is the file. Alright, it's just taking time to load because I'm using a virtual machine at the moment. Alright, so this is the image. So I can copy that. I'm right clicking on it, click copy, and go to our project. Right click here, reveal in File Explorer, and paste the image here. Okay, so now we can use that in our CSS. So we can say background image. You can see the URL. It's, as you can see, it's right over here. It is now residing inside our root directory. Okay, we can just put that bg, the file name, okay, background image, and then the file name. Let me just minimize this so we can see our project. And now we already have there our image, and we need more CSS properties so that it will look better. You can set the background size to cover, right? And we're going to set the height so that it will cover the available height of the screen, like so. All right, so background position, we're going to set it to center, and the color of the text, I want it to be white, right? And the display is going to be flex, because we wanted to center this here both horizontally and vertically, and we can do that by saying flex direction and then column, and then we can say justify content center, and align items center, right? And there you have it. So we want if we will maximize this, it's already centered both horizontally and vertically. All right, so let me just put this at the side, and let's add more properties. We can see align items. Let's set it to center. We already did that. I meant text align. Okay, text align. There you have it. So position, this is going to be relative, and the margin bottom, do we need that? Maybe not. Yeah, I think this is good. All right, so let me just fix the spacing in our code, but it doesn't really matter. So the next thing that we need, we're going to style this h1 right here. It's an h1 element, this one right here, our greeting for the site to welcome our visitors, our cool, awesome visitors. All right. So anyway, so we're gonna say welcome, and then h1, and then font size is going to be 46 pixels, and the margin is going to be do we need a margin? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, I think we're good. How about margin bottom? Margin bottom, let's say 10 pixels. At least there's like a spacing here, all right? And let's now target the wrap. I mean the paragraph that is residing inside the wrap div. And this is going to have a font size of 18 pixels, like so. And letter spacing, I don't know, 1 pixel. All right, but at least they have a spacing, right? And I don't know if we need a text shadow. All right, let's just put a text shadow, maybe 1 pixel, 2 pixels here, 1 pixel for blur, and the RGB value. You will probably won't notice the effect, but we are putting like a very subtle shadow on this element just to make sure that it will be readable, right? So let me just put this at the side, and let's see what is. I think we're gonna need to style this button. All right, and for the button, we're gonna say button right here, and then the padding, let's just set it to 20 pixels so that it will be bigger, like so. And the margin top, let's set it to 50 pixels so there will be spacing at the top, maybe around 40. Probably better for 40, right? Okay. For our h1, let's increase the margin bottom to around 20. All right, I think that's cool. So margin top, this fifth border is we're going to set it to none, right? And the cursor is going to be pointer, like so. And the width, let's say around 250 pixels. And the border radius around, let's try 5 pixels. If you will add more value, you will have like maybe let's do this 25 pixels. I think I like that. All right, so yeah, maybe the font size we need to change that to around 16 pixels. And the background color, the hex value 4F5050. It's like a gray color. And does it look good? Maybe we'll change that later. We will also gonna be using transition all for 0.3 seconds, ease in and out. All right, so that when we hover on this later, we will change the background color and it will transition smoothly, right? So in fact, we're doing it right now. Button and then hover. We're going to say background color is going to be the hex value 2C, 2C, 2C. All right, like so. Maybe we're going to change the font color to white. All right, I think that's looking better, right? All right, so for when we click this, we still get that outline. We don't want that. That's terrible in my opinion. So we're gonna say button focus, and we're gonna say outline is going to be none, right? So yeah, I think that's it for, let's see what we need for H1. We have that. All right, so let's try now to embed the video. Let's go to YouTube. All right, and we're gonna be getting a random, maybe my video, just to be safe, right? So Jerome, I'm going to search for my own name in YouTube. Hold on. Let's see. All right, I'm going here. I'm going to maybe this video right here, my introduction video. I'm going to wait. Let's copy this and paste it right over here. All right, because it was just in the preview. I wanted to be displayed this way so that we can click this share and go to embed and then click this and then copy, and we can head over back to our code in our HTML file, and we can paste, hold on, we can paste the link right here. And if we will check our project, we have the video. Maybe I need to select another one. Let me just, how about this one right here? It doesn't really matter for now. You can pick any video. So the point is you can click this share and then embed and then copy this and go back to your HTML file and paste it right over here. All right, I want to replace because the first video that we have doesn't have like don't have the thumbnail. Wondering why is it blurred? There you go. It doesn't have a thumbnail image. All right, so yeah, we're almost done here, and the next thing what we need is, because our navigation bar right here is currently hidden. All right, so we're gonna be fixing that. Let me just put this at the side. All right, so in order for us to fix the navigation right now, it doesn't display. It's because there are elements on top of it. So we're gonna be looking for our div element with a class of nav. All right, so it's going to be this one right here. So I'll just set the z index. The z index property is, if you will set it to higher value, it will be on top. Let's say if we will put it to 1, okay, and save it, and there you have it. You will be able to see our nav, okay, our menu. So if we're going to set it to -1, it will be at the back. Okay, so I'll just set it to 1 right now because by default the z-index is not set. If you want, you can set it to 2 just to make sure it's on the top. And we're gonna be fixing the margin, right? I think that is going to be the menu, and for the menu we're going to set a padding or a margin. Let's see, it's going to be maybe the nav. All right, probably we're gonna be setting the nav. Let's say a height. Let's set a height of 100 pixels. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Or maybe padding. Let's just set the padding probably for menu. Let's set the padding of 20 pixels. All right, and okay, now there you have it. So the only thing that we need to style is this one right here because it's not currently centered. So let's see, we are looking for a wrap. I think right over here. Let's set the align items to center, and there you have it. So right now we were able to fix our navigation bar. Everything is centered here, everything is okay, and the only thing that is left is this one right here. Maybe, hold on, for our width, where's our width? Because when we maximize our page, this one doesn't look good. We want it to be a little bit like the width around here. All right, so let's see, maybe around 1000. Let's do that. Maximize our page. I think that's good. So the only thing that we need is to fix the spacing between this video and this title here. So that's very easy. Let me just put this at the side. Let's look for that video. In our HTML, we have this embed video. Okay, we can search that in our CSS. Do we have that? We don't have that. So I'm going to go here at the bottom and set the embed video margin bottom to around 50 pixels, or maybe around 40. Save that, and there you have it. All right, so it looks like we're done with our project, and that's just a bonus for the video. You can actually still modify its size right here. This is coming from the embed, code from the YouTube. This one right here. So if you will notice, there is an attribute called width and height. So if we are going to change its values, let me just show you both so you can see what's gonna happen. For width, I'm going to set this to around 800, and now the video is wider. And for the height, I'm going to set this to 400. Save it, and now you have like a different width and height orientation for your video. All right, so but I'm just going to undo the changes, save it, because I think I like the default height and width orientation for this video. In fact, if you can play that here in our project, and you can maximize it if you want to. All right, so I hope you like Jerome, and well, hold on, let me just refresh that page. All right, so yeah, I think we're done, and thank you for watching. I hope that you have learned something from this video, and all the links, the image, and links for this source code is going to be down in the description below for you to download and use it as a reference. Okay, you can modify it and make it as your own project. Feel free. Peace and keep safe. Bye now.